morning, good morning. This is Jacqueline Richardson, Miss JJ Diamond, Jackie Deja, whatever y'all call me. Cast today. I'm on my way to work, and it's hard for me to make it at work because you could barely hear, and they got us working so much. But anyway, today I wanted to talk to y'all about others' well-being. And I'm going to break it down a little bit, of course, using myself and other scenarios that I've been in for y'all to get an understanding about how things should be, and about knowing God, okay? When we speak about Adam and Eve and God creating Eve based on the rib of Adam, which made them one, okay? And of course, I'm gonna keep the story short. We all know the story. Eve ate from the tree of truth, meaning God was hiding certain things from Adam and Eve that He didn't want them to know. He just wanted them to obey. And Eve got tired of eating whatever Adam was feeding her, and she decided to wander off and go try some new things. Okay, the same thing that happens with our children and our wives and husbands. Okay, we as human beings are explorers. What we do is we seek out new things. We want to learn new things, especially if we don't see it within our life. Okay, now I'm going to use my grandson for one. He's the type of child that if you tell him that's not good, he's going to go and see for himself. Which can be a good thing, and it can be a bad thing. Reason why it could be a good thing, because it could be something good that these people that he's learning from is teaching him. Then it could be bad what they're teaching him. And he came to me one day and said, "Mom, I watch you cook, and nobody puts vinegar on their chicken before they cook it." I said, "Well, son, it's because they don't know the process of what vinegar is capable of doing once you put it on the meat. What vinegar is. They don't know the full. They just know based on what their family has told them. Okay, you use vinegar for this, use vinegar for that." I said, "That's why." So I broke it down to him what the vinegar does to the chicken. Okay, the acid eats up the fat and the bad bacteria, and it kills it. So, with that being said, a child is subject to eating whatever type of food a parent gives them. Okay? We're not going to talk about the children. We're going to talk about husband and wives as well. Okay? I'll tell you what my mother used to do to me. My mother used to work. This was after my grandmother passed away, because I lived with my grandmother for many years, up until age 10, in the Bronx. For those that know, 883 was the building number where we lived at. That's where I met my best friend Darlene. I still love her like a sister to this day, even though we don't speak as much because she's up in New York. But that's where I met her, and we've been knowing each other since we were like 6 years old. Long story short, my grandmother, at my grandmother's house, we only ate fish. My grandmother ate a lot of fish, and I liked it. Okay, I loved eating fish. Every time she cooked it, what we having, Grandma? She said, we having fish. I said, okay, and I'm ready to sit down and eat. Now, it was something that my grandmother used to cook that I hated, which was the okra. I didn't like the sliminess of it. It was just so nasty to me. But when my grandmother passed away, I went to go live with my mother. But sometimes I would go stay with my mother too. And my mother will always feed me this box of macaroni and cheese. And I used to hate coming home from church late on Sunday. Because then she would make this quick meal, and it always consisted of that pasteurized boxed macaroni and cheese. Which every time she fed it to me, I threw it up. Every time. You would think she would stop giving it to me. And make it make sense. If a child is eating something and it's making them throw up, why would you keep feeding it to that child? But her theory was, she caught a cold, she said, just give it to her anyway. That was her theory. Every time you throw up, it weakens the stomach. Because the stomach muscles is trying to, it's rejecting. I threw up so much as a child, it was unreal. That's why now, if I eat certain things and I'm starting to feel sick, I'll throw it away. I'll starve myself. And that's just what it is. Because I'm allergic to a lot of stuff. But I've always hated that box of macaroni and cheese. But my mother gave it to me. It kept making me sick. It kept making me sick. Got to the point where I used to get some bad pains in my stomach. For those that remember, that lived with me on Cortland Avenue in the Bronx, I got so small because I got so sick. I was 97 pounds. My stomach was just so sick. And I couldn't eat nothing. I wouldn't eat nothing. And they couldn't find out why. My stomach will always hurt. But if I was able to tell her, look, Mom, it makes me sick. Stop giving it to me. Can I have some fish? Because that's what Grandma used to feed me. I probably wouldn't have had that stomach issue. But as children, back then, we wasn't able to speak and voice our opinion. Now, they tell us in the Bible that God tells us to take care of our temple, and we're responsible for the children up until age 12. Okay, but after 12, they're able to make their own decisions. In other words, they don't want to eat certain things, you shouldn't force them. Let them tell you what's going on with them. And not be fearful to hear what you could be doing wrong as a parent. The same in a husband and wife relationship. Yeah, they say one love, y'all one. Okay, I was making a statement the other day, and they monitor my podcast and stuff and my videos, and they cut the podcast because I said that you don't have to have the same beliefs. Okay, and the reason why I say that, it makes it better if you do. But if your belief is good and this person's belief is bad, and as a woman, I have to follow the beliefs of the man, and his beliefs is taking us to hell. You got to make it make sense. God gives us all individual temples, meaning our body, mind, and soul. When we stand before God on Judgment Day, we standing alone. He ain't gonna say to you, well, you robbed the bank because your husband did it. We have choices. Well, my husband robbed the bank, so he told me this is what we was doing, and because he was my husband, I had to do it. We have choices. No, that's not how it works. My husband said we're going to do drugs and sleep, so that's what I'm going to do. No, we have choices. My husband wants to feed me fried chicken from Popeyes and give me high cholesterol with him so we can die together. No. We have choices. And this comes back to I had told a friend of mine, and if he's listening, and he always listens to my podcast because he's been figuring me out for years. He wondered why I needed to have my own income. Like, you know, their theory is you find your rich man and you let that rich man take care of you. But if that rich man says we have to live off of eating and I don't like it or it's making me sick and I'm allergic to it, what am I supposed to do? If he chooses, because it's a choice, to not separately shop for me because I'm allergic to certain things. I had a friend of mine tell me, I was telling her how much I'm allergic to, and she cooks, and she used to own a restaurant, and I was like, oh, I can't wait for you to make me some rice. And she's like, oh, I put this in my rice, and I put that in my rice. And I'm like, oh, I can't eat that. I'm allergic to that, and I'm allergic to that. And she was like, what the hell? Like, how am I supposed to feed you? That's the same way you have to look at it with a child. Okay? I'm like a child. I'm allergic to everything, so you can't feed me all of that. So that means you got to make me a separate plate or to the side if you want to love me the correct way. Because I told you. I had another friend, more like a sister. We haven't talked in a while, but, you know, we keep in touch. She had made some mashed potatoes. Now, I'm allergic to, I don't know if I'm allergic to it, but sour cream curdles my stomach. I can't eat sour cream. And she put sour cream in her mashed potatoes. And she forgot. And I caught her, and I said, no, you know I can't eat sour cream. She was like, girl, I forgot. She was like, all right, I ain't gonna put no more. She was like, I ain't put nothing but a little bit of teaspoon in there anyway. I said, okay, I'm gonna try it anyway. You know, even though, you know, I already know it makes me sick. But I tried it, I trusted her, and I tried it. Less than 2 hours. My stomach curdled so bad. Y'all, I had diarrhea like crazy. It was so bad, the smell went through the house. Okay? And she was like, Jackie, I know that's not you smelling like that. I said, yes, you put sour cream in the mashed potatoes. And I told you, it makes me sick. So now y'all have to suffer right along with me. She was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And, you know, that was that. Y'all gonna drop the phone. I hope y'all can still hear me. Until I can stop by a light and find it and pick it up. Still got a half of a hole there. All right, now I gotta find the phone. I'm at a light. So, Lord, where are you? Oh, the light turned green. Oh, here we go. Okay, yes, there we go. Anyway, as I was saying, you know, that's when she came to me and was like, I'm sorry, you know. God intended for us, man and woman, to be one. That was his intentions. Okay, but sometimes our intentions be good, but it don't always work out that way. Okay, and this is the reality of it. We know that we're supposed to feed our families. We know we're supposed to take care of our families a certain way. I'm going to use this other scenario. There's a guy I was dealing with, you know, and he's a Muslim. So I was trying to prepare myself to allow him to lead. Okay? And he didn't understand what I was doing. Like, he would do things and he would say, well, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I want to be unhappy in this relationship. I can see it. Because if this is how you're doing things and this is how you're supposed to lead in a relationship, I'm going to be very unhappy. He didn't understand what I was doing. He didn't understand what God was doing. God was trying to show him that the life that he's used to living needs to change. Dramatically. Because I'm unhappy. So I tried the food thing. Like one day he came by. He was like, I'm hungry. I said, well, go in the kitchen and make you something to eat. Or do you want me to make you something to eat? What you want? He was like, nah, I'll make you something. So he go in the refrigerator. He look for stuff. And I'm like, well, there's some meat in there. He was like, oh, that's going to take too long. I thought I got to go meet my friends. And I'm like, okay, so what are you going to make? And he was like, well, some eggs in here. I'm going to make these eggs. So he boiled 3 eggs, right? I made the eggs. So as a leader of our family, you know, when he said to me, I'm making something quick so I can go do X, Y, and Z. I said, oh, so that's how we do it. All right. I used to eat eggs before, but my doctor told me to stop because it was going to make my cholesterol high. He was like, we want to keep you as healthy as possible because you're already healthy and we don't want you to destroy that. So cut it out now. And I'm saying to myself, okay. So I asked him, I said, honey, how did you go to the doctor? And he's like, yeah. I said, is everything good? And he's like, yeah. But in actuality, I didn't know if he was telling me the truth or telling me a lie because he didn't prove it to me. But I just seen him eat 3 boiled eggs. So now my daughter, you know how kids are, they're going to follow the man. That's what kids do. They follow what the man does. I go to her room. What do I see in the plate? 3 boiled eggs. So I'm like, okay. So I said, one day I came home from work. I said, I want to eat something quick that, you know, I could just go ahead and go to bed. So I was being like the child and the man. and boiled me 3 boiled eggs. Now, boiled eggs has never made me sick. Never. So I ate these 3 boiled eggs and I went to bed. Midnight, in the middle of the night, not midnight, in the middle of the night, I wake up throwing up. What was it? The eggs. I'm like, oh, God, what are you trying to tell me? What are you trying to tell me? That this man is not for me, that I shouldn't be following this man? Or is it that I should be taking care of myself and eating what makes my body happy? Because we're all different individuals. That's when I came to the conclusion of make me happy. We still need a man to lead because men are designed to do certain things. And I think I spoke about this before, how men deal with things better than women because we go through a lot of emotional stress. And it's not because of our surroundings. It don't matter if you're in a room by yourself. We have estrogen, endorphins, all kind of things in our bodies that if it's not working properly, we're going to go through some channels that we may not like and people may not like. That's the way God designed it. Eve figured that out. Okay? Adam, what you going on with? I can't rock with you. I'm gonna eat from this tree. Everybody has their theory of what that tree was. Okay? I've read the book of Genesis over and over and over. It said that the serpent told her, the book says that the serpent sent her over there. You know. But it also says that once they ate from that tree, they was just like God. So you see how all the different religions, you know, are put together, but separated, and everybody believes different things because everybody comprehends differently. The way I've learned to understand this book is by watching The Way of Life and referring back to the book as an instruction booklet. Okay? And then if I change the way I've done something, I get a different outlook on it each time. So y'all follow me? I met a friend yesterday. Well, I met him a couple of days ago, but we just decided we wanted to be friends yesterday. And he had said something to me. He said, take a leap of faith, you know. And I laughed at him. You know why I laughed at him? Because if God doesn't say do it or God doesn't allow it, it's not meant for it to be done. And I'm going to tell you why. Reason being is, ten years ago, I took a leap of faith and I bought this business. Okay? I had to make a choice between my job and that business because my name was on it. I took a leap of faith. It was men that came to me with what I needed to do with this business or to even get this business. And I couldn't understand why things was going good at first. I fast. I asked the God, if this is your will, Let it be. Everything was going fine at first, but then everything started getting destroyed. Now, I had a 3-story townhome, 2 cars, with loans, the kids, 3 kids, and a man. And the man had child support for his 2 kids, so we was pretty much caring for 5 children plus family. Okay. Our bills was $8,000 a month. So I'm like saying to myself, now where's this happiness? I'm trying to get $8,000 a month up every single month. This is not happiness. This is not God. This is not a God-filled thing here. I felt it, so I started to fast. I said I gotta cleanse. I gotta cleanse my insides and my out. I said because I'm not thinking properly. I'm not. There's something that's just not right. I knew it wasn't right. Long story short, I wind up not losing everything, giving up on everything. Because God can say, let it go. Because it's giving you more pain than happiness. I had to weigh out my options. Everything started to fold. And God started showing me, through man, why I made the wrong decision. I wasn't mad with the people that was around me. I wasn't mad with God. I was angry with myself for making the choices that I made. But I needed to start over. God said, it's time to start over. And that's what I chose to do. And got back into the line of life. These decisions that was made between woman and man as one. But I kept feeling like it wasn't right. And if the man is the one that always makes decisions and becomes the head of the household, if his decision making is not correct, you fall right along with it. Not only do you fall, but the kids and everybody else. I saw a post this morning that was talking about marriage and why people get married. People get married for money and blah, 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 this, that, this, and this. They're looking for survival. In the book of Genesis and all through the Bible, it tells us how they worked. They all worked. They all had a job. The reason why I brought that to play is if they had a job, that means they had a means of taking care of themselves. I'm not going to speed up because you want me to. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm talking to one of these drivers trying to flash lights in my damn eyes. Because he's trying to rush and speed and, no. But anyway, that means everyone had a way to take care of themselves. Whether they was cleaning toilets, washing clothes, growing crops, but everyone had a way of taking care of themselves. And individually got paychecks. They care for themselves. One way or another. I told my mate, my ex, I told him that we have to take it. His theory was, I'm the man and I have to be able to take care of you guys, blah, blah, blah. And I laughed at him. I said, damn, you don't even know the Bible. You don't even know. The reason why a man wants to financially take care of the household is to have sole control. That's how they gain their power, because in actuality, men really don't have much power, but working power. That's it. That's why you hear some people say, oh, God was a woman. No, that's just the way God designed it. He gave us, even though we had to go through pain to have babies, and we go through pain to have our period, and we go through pain with a lot of things. But it gave us great power because we were able to go through the pain and live through it. So the man only gained power when he is financially able to care for his family. That's the only way. That's why his body was built to be muscular, because he had to go out and make the money. And that's just the reality of it. But who does everything else? The woman. She cares for the kids. Like, I heard 50 say his son was Team Mommy, And, I had to laugh. Y'all know I love 50. Y'all know that. But I had to laugh. And I'm going to tell y'all why. Of course he's going to be Team Mommy. Who gets up when he's sick? Who's there to say happy birthday when there's nobody else? A child can cut half of their head off, half of their hair off, and everybody else may make fun of that child. But a mother is going to love their child no matter what. Of course he's Team Mommy. Those sick nights when he had a fever. Who was there before the doctors? Mommy. You have to respect it when it's due. It's due. Men has to learn that this is a 50-50 thing. If you want to get the same power and the same love that a woman does, you have to give what the woman gives off. The same exact thing. That's the beginning of the bonding God was talking about. He took the rib to make the woman, but to give him a mate that comes together equally. Equally. We take care of each other. Not your money is your money, and my money is my money. It's our money. We pay our bills equally. Now, for some reason, if one of the mates gets sick and they got to be taken care of, I'm trying to see if these cars, I can just stop it here. Always trying to find parking, y'all. It'd be drama, so much drama, and people getting off, people coming in. It's hard to find parking, and if you don't get here early enough, you won't get no parking. You got to park a mile away. So yeah, that's what I go through on a daily basis. It's very stressful, more stressful than the job that I do. But getting back to what I was saying while I'm preparing to go in to work, it's done 50-50. We take care of each other. That's like when I had met this couple one time, and they was talking about how they was going to feed their child, and their parents and family members was mad with them about what they decided. But they decided it together for the well-being of their child. That's their choice. How are you going to get mad because they don't want to feed their child certain food? I mean, get a grip. It's not your child. You might have messed up. That's why they came to that conclusion. They just not woman or man enough to say, you was a bad parent. And I don't want to be that way with my kid. And that's what it all boils down to. You didn't learn enough. I dedicate my life to learning about my children and learning about people. And that's because of what I experienced as a child. I hope y'all got the message today that I was trying to give you guys. This is Jacqueline Richardson, Miss JJ Diamond, Jackie, Deja, whatever y'all call me. I love y'all. And as long as I get the will, power, and the manifestation on things, I will continue to give y'all my theory so we can change this world and people can stop hurting. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all soon.